Now, in a surprise development, it emerged earlier this month that the US electric car maker Tesla Motors was being sued in China for trademark infringement. Tesla had said in January that the dispute between it and Chinese businessman Zhan Bao had been resolved, and the carmaker began delivering its Model S sedans to Chinese customers in April. But Zhan, who registered the Tesla trademark before the US company came to China, is now taking Tesla to court, demanding that it cease all sales activities in China and pay him nearly $4 million in compensation. Tesla has responded by explaining that the Chinese regulator had previously sided with the carmaker's assertion that Zhan's trademarks were invalid, accusing Zhan of trying to steal the company's property. Well, this case highlights one of the thorniest problems faced by foreign firms in China. Other global companies, including Apple, Philips and Unilever, have all been embroiled in trademark disagreements in the country in the past. Well, to hear more on what Chinese net users have to say about this dispute, let's now join our researcher Esther Deng in the newsroom. Hi, Esther. Well, before we talk more about net users' thoughts on the trademark dispute, could you give us some more background information on this businessman Zhan Bao?
Hi, Michael. Well, over the past few months, there has been plenty of media coverage about the trademark disputes between Tesla and Mr. Zhan. And there are also some reports detailing Zhan's business background. According to Nanfang Daily, the Guangzhou-based businessman currently has 7 registered trademarks under his name, of which 4 related to Tesla. The newspaper adds that Zhan owns a company named Guangzhou Haokai, and that the company in turn owns several trademarks. Zhan told the newspaper that he wanted to use them for an internet project. Plenty of net users have shown great interest in him and have sought out plenty of other information about him online. For example, Xiaoxiang Tongren says on Weibo.com. On the website of Administration of Industry and Commerce, we can see that in 2006, Zhan registered the English name of Tesla, with the trademark being valid for 10 years, starting from 2009. Then Zhan registered Tesla's Chinese name as well as the company's symbol.
Okay. Well, with both Zhan and Tesla firmly sticking to their respective arguments, who are net users siding with in this debate?
Well, based on what I've seen, there is a huge debate between net users on this question. One group stands firmly behind Zhan Bao and strongly condemns Tesla. First off, 洛凡的火鸟 says on Sina.com.cn. I did some research. Although the Tesla company was founded in 2003, it didn't produce its first car until 2008. But Mr. Zhan registered the trademark in 2006 when Tesla had no profile. So Zhan has absolute authority over the trademark. And this anonymous poster from Tianjin can't agree more, saying, on what ground can Tesla say Zhan is attempting to steal its property? He registered the trademark long before the company launched its first car. But another group has no good words for Mr. Zhan, adding that he's more of a speculator than a businessman. For example, 小淘气原来不淘气 has its take. He's so shameless. He's registered trademarks everywhere, and when some companies eventually try and use them, he will immediately try to extort them of money. And 想变瘦的小熊 said simply on Weibo.com. His main purpose is to get money from the company. And interesting, I've also seen plenty of posters who see no point in criticizing Mr. Zhan, like Xiao Bing, who remarks, I'm really confused. On the one hand, we often complain that many Chinese people have no sense of intellectual property, but now they are blaming Mr. Zhan. Why is that? And finally, Deng Faxing writes on QQ.com. So many of our brands have been registered by foreigners, so why can't we do this to them?
Okay. And finally, Esther, Tesla have tried to play down the whole incident by saying that the issue will have no impact on their ability to conduct business in China. So what do net users think about that? And when do they think the dispute will finally end?
Well, on this question, posters' opinions really vary a great deal. Some believe Tesla has nothing to worry about, like 悠哉生活, who writes on Sina.com. According to our new trademark regulations, if the trademark owner doesn't use it within 1 year, then others can apply to cancel his or her right to use it. So Tesla doesn't have to worry at all unless Zhan sells this trademark to another company or he himself makes cars and uses this trademark. And this Yunnan-based poster says on 163.com. For me, no matter who wins the lawsuit, Tesla will still be winning. The dispute and subsequent media coverage is like free advertising for the company. Many Chinese knew nothing about the brand until the trademark dispute came out. But for some, the situation for Tesla may not be all that optimistic. One typical example is this take posted on iHema.com. See, before the trademark issue is fully settled, Zhan is still the legitimate owner of the trademark. So every Tesla car currently on the road in China is the result of copyright infringement. So I think Tesla will probably try to buy the trademark from Zhan. And since Zhan hasn't used this trademark to produce anything, the regulators will probably not fine Tesla too heavily or demand that they give Zhan a huge amount of compensation. And there are also some users who think things will probably be easily solved, like Ma Xi, who comments, it's quite possible that they will settle out of court. And finally, I'd like to finish with this take from Bao Chun, who says, one indisputable fact is that Zhan registered the trademark. So the solution is either that Tesla changes its name in China or they sit down with Zhan and negotiate how much money they are going to give him.
Okay, thanks for that, Esther. And that was China Take researcher Esther Deng with some views on the trademark dispute between Tesla and Zhan Bao. Next up on China Take, some of the top trending phrases on China's most popular search engines.